Hello guys and welcome back to Field of Glory. Empires, we're playing as Saba, and Arabia declared war on us, which I guess should be no huge surprise. They're actually a lot weaker than us. This is their whole army right here, pretty much. And it's very weak. Combat power of 37, it's just a bunch of skirmishers and some light cavalry. Like, they're really nothing to worry about. We've occupied one of their territories that I don't know if we'll keep it in the long run. They have a desertic slave. This is actually our ethnicity. The citizens here are Semitic. We're desertic. So, like, their population, their national ethnicity doesn't really work too well with us. We're going to sit right here and recover this little bit of damage we've taken. And this guy in the rear is going to go try to link up there. But that might take him 2 turns because regular infantry are not the fastest. But he's going to start making his way up there. Defense back here in general tends to be pretty good. Defend with 10 units. I mean, they might not be that great like militiamen. I think it comes from just the amount of population. Maybe like non-slave population plus buildings as well. Having walls is great, but I only have 1 walled location just in total. Over here at Konglomerat, I don't know how to say that. We can build stuff. We just built an herbalist, which adds manpower and a 6% health bonus. So we have some health in place at the cost of some other things. So it's already tempting me to have some more health. Yeah, you see a health bonus, food discount for next population growth. So that's how that works. We can have a fishery here. Oh, that's cool. Must be adjacent to a sea or a lake. Produces food, produces fish. I don't think we have any fish. Missing bonus money from sales, but still, fish. I don't think we have fish. Or I could go with a wheel maker, import some lumber in here, get 11 infrastructure. That'd be kind of huge. Or with a fortune teller, generate 8 money, which is including a bonus from drugs and herbs, which we have, and also providing a loyalty bonus. I think the infrastructure is going to be the best thing, and it's like the lowest thing. Like the infrastructure is the base and the food, and you kind of work out from there. And I'm taking advantage of this dam and everything it gives us to try to avoid needing to go too crazy. Also, so interestingly, after our last leader just died last episode, our people erected a royal tomb, which reduces decadence in the region by 0.5 and increases legacy by 1 and produces 22 culture with bonuses of resources that we have. That is amazing. I don't know if this ever goes away, but damn, that is way more legacy. So that's going to help with the, legacy decadence problem that we're going to be encountering while expanding naturally. That's going to help that. These 2 objectives over here, I don't really want them, man. I don't plan on sailing over there and taking this shit over. And so, I don't know. I'd love to just relinquish this for free, but I don't know if they would like me for it or what. Like, I don't know what the deal is there. I maybe have them, like, relinquish for me. Try to. It lowers it. Trading 2 for 1, still only 19% chance, because I'd love Ethiopia to like me. I don't want the objectives on them. And maybe if I give them away, we could generate some new ones sooner? Maybe. I don't know what happens, but we're going to find out, because I'm going to propose it. And just kind of hope, because I'd love to be their friend. They seem like they're doing okay in their war. But it is hard to tell. It is hard to tell, but it seems like they're doing okay-ish. I don't plan on attacking them. We produced our guard tower here, so that's nice. Oh, I can get a palisade already. Oh, it's hard to knock that, man. I almost never see that in a lot of places. I almost never see it. It doesn't cost anything. I would love it. There's a lot of things I would love, but I would love this palisade especially. And again, I like never see it in most of these places. So if it pops up, I'm going to start taking it because I don't know when it's going to pop up again. This new place, I don't know if I should start building in or like what if I built a palisade here, for example, and then they just end up getting it back because of the way the peace goes. I mean, I don't know. But at least this could make it easier to defend, I suppose. During the war, after the war, question mark, the war. It's very cheap and easy to get up, apparently. Needs 25 infrastructure, yet I could get it up in 1 turn. Plus 28 net per turn. Provincial infrastructure distribution. Wait, what? Wait, so the province is distributing the infrastructure across it. What the hell? I don't know if that's good or bad for the places with the most infrastructure, but that's pretty cool. That helps me build things a lot at times where it would be probably pretty difficult to build stuff. The dam's not really breaking because I've kept so much stuff on infrastructure here. So the dam hasn't really been breaking, so that's nice. It's gonna be a while till we get more population, but I've gone for some money, some better roads, commerce, trade range, that kind of stuff. All right, well, 2 palisades. I'll get a palisade up here. It could be just something, I guess. There's not anything else here really other than hemp. So, meh. We kind of need everybody where they are right now. I want the desertic slave over here and the citizens up here. There you go. That's better. I like that more. And I want the slaves all on infrastructure. Slaves all go on infrastructure. And with that, we already have a pretty nice full turn. We are starting to run out of like positive manpower. I do have that extra regular infantry going to the front. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could add like 2 more skirmishers onto the back of this, maybe. The cavalry are maybe a little bit excessive. I don't really know how much of this is needed. Some of this might just be extra, really, potentially. And then that's like probably the most I would ever need in that stack at once. Theoretically, wouldn't really need much else. So maybe I'll recruit 2 skirmishers, although we could barely actually do that at all. Might just save that for a turn and then produce it when we have everything we need. And then just kind of toss it over there. That might work. That might be a way. I don't even know that we need that many skirmishers, especially when we have so many cameliers as it is. But for right now, this is definitely good enough. Might just want to accumulate manpower. Dude, I looked at the rankings, by the way. And if you look at money, you can't really sort, I think. Oh, no, maybe you can. Look at that money. Fucking Ethiopia is the richest on the map with 2,500 estimated. We can only see an estimate. Money. That's fucking insane, dude. What the fuck? That is absolutely insane. We could sort by net trade income. We're not trading anything. I don't think we really have any trade partners, so we're losing. Unfortunately, I could sort by population. For example, we have 35. This actually puts us in the upper, like, just everything. Now, look at these guys. We can't compete with this. Mori is funny because they're kind of split with on-map and off-map. They have unique mechanics. But we're pretty high up there for just some backwards desert nation. I'd say we're doing pretty successfully. All in all, I'm quite happy with that. Regions plus or minus. So like who's been gaining regions recently and who's been losing them. The Antigonids. I checked out. Dude, they're at so many wars. Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely. But I think that's a good full turn. Let's go ahead and end our turn and bring it over into the next one. They're not moving on the attack. They're just chilling out. We've gone up 5 positions in the Culture Decadence ranking. We're still number 4 for Legacy, and we're not too far off the others. Rome, of course, is doing amazing, but it's Rome. What do you expect? We are using 9 food. There's a forage value of 3. I don't really know what that means then. I imagine it just takes the extra out. It really hasn't explained that to me, but I don't have any reason to think otherwise of that. This place is very, very debuffed, but it has its palisades now. I can already upgrade them to a wall. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I could go for a ranch or for a public works. Public works sounds good. I'm still iffy about building in a place like this, but it's not terrible. And archery, I feel like we don't really need that. We already have one somewhere else. We don't have anything special here. We do have the slave market here now, so that's nice depending how you look at it. I could try to generate more money and loyalty. Loyalty could be nice. +4 would get us to kind of where we want to be. I could upgrade to the harbor. We have hemp that we can bring over here just passively. And it provides a shipyard, some boarding cost. It would cost money, as it would seem, but grant some manpower. That's a little iffy on if I actually like that or not. We could go for an herbalist to try to set up other things. We could go for a stud for food. There's a lot of good options here. The sooner we get, I guess, like, happier pops in here, probably the better. Population's lowering loyalty because a lot of them are just slaves anyway. So a stud might actually be one of the better things to do. Either a stud or the herbalist. We do need manpower as well. I think I'll go for the stud here. The stud should be fine. Everyone else is still producing. Slave market's being completed. There's a new population here. And the palisade here has been completed. This went into food, but I could put it into culture. I would like somebody in culture. Yes, please. And now we can we have like the same options here. Funny enough, like the exact same options. Oh man, but the wheel maker. Ooh man. That's a really good wheel maker. That's good infrastructure. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to make the wheel maker here instead of the stud. Because that's just so much infrastructure, and we don't really have as much population to work with here. This is naturally ours anyway. But it's all in the same region, so it's all benefiting from the actual province, I suppose. Now, even though this brings us into a new location, and... oh man, why... is this because it's a client state? I think so. This brings us into like a new province. If I were to go into Arabia Desertia and this Arcania. What are these provinces, dude? This is weird. Desertia. This goes into Nabatea a little bit. It's very small. 2 of our objectives are right here, which would give us progress points, which would be kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and just probably attack right now. They will pull up 11 units in addition to this 13. We'll be pretty outnumbered. But we'll have every other advantage, so I don't see why we wouldn't really be able to do this. Everyone's already doing stuff otherwise. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Head on over there, see what we can do. So yes, they'll have 24 units defending with a combat power of 81. And we'll have 18 units with a combat power of 133. Frontage of 8. That is quite a bit. Let's go ahead and view this battle. Wow, that's massive. A lot of these dudes are way in the back, and like these cavalry, they're not even really going to be participating, I think. A lot of skirmishers on either side, so a lot of damage was dealt. Ooh, man. And their palace guards came out. That's not good. We're kind of trading blows at the moment, killing more than we're losing, but those palace guards hurt. We only have 1 heavy infantry. And the front is just packed. But yeah, we're killing way more than we're losing. Holy shit. Now we can go in pursuit, killing several of their skirmishers, and we won the battle. Killing so many, only losing a singular regular infantry. That's a pretty good result, which then sends them packing off into 2 different locations, claiming an objective for ourselves, +1 on the culture decadence ranking. That was harder than I expected, but we did win. We're now number 3 for legacy, which is incredible, especially having just taken stuff. So, +1 progress token. Nice. Added to our nation, we took it from the grip of them. Great victory. We gained the seat of power, plundered their treasury for 107 money. Nice. What kind of terrible ass place is this? Holy shit. Well, the ethnicity thing here is pretty bad. The loyalty in all of these locations are pretty bad. We got a 50, we have 11 here. Martial law helps against the revolt risk. We're going to want to sit here for a minute, that's for sure. Did my other regular infantry catch up? Yes, it did, and replaced the other one that died. Well, we're going to be sitting here. Pushing our offensive wouldn't be the worst because these other places aren't too bad. But damn. Oh, a glass works? But it doesn't have any of the fucking resources for it. It's producing glass, basically. But it's missing a bunch of bonuses it could have. And it has a perfumery. Doesn't have drugs and herbs or amber. We have that, I think. But there's a lot of decadence here because abandoned palace, which will probably get torn down soon. There's a worship palace here. This place is scary. They did some events. Increased worker labor, increased farmer labor. That's quite interesting. Oh man, there's not even positive infrastructure or anything here, dude. This is so bad. I can't really be positive on like anything. I don't know why this Hellenic slave is so fucking happy, but there you go. And this place is not in a good location. So I'm probably just going to keep my military on it for right now. That might be a good idea. I can't really recruit too much. I think the equipment pool is like all over now. So I could probably add another regular to replace the one that I just lost, which would get it back up to 8, which was kind of my current idea. And if I could look at that battle, And Ethiopia rejected our offer. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That extra infantry we had actually did join us in the battle. And so it looks like with the 8 infantry with a frontage of 8, which is usually what we encounter, we have more than enough infantry for the front, plus, you know, like 2 spares. And that's kind of the situation we have with cavalry as well. Now, this regular infantry probably isn't that amazing at support. 1/3 of range attacking, yeah. It's not amazing. I don't know why I put these guys here instead of more cameliers. It's kind of weird. I don't know what determines how many cavalry can really be on either side, so I just kind of have 4. I started with 3, I think, which is kind of why it is the way it is. But here it is. Maybe I can actually see real quick. Like, I want to see this. All right, so right here. Play this. A support bonus of 1. That is actually probably equivalent to what cavalry can do. So having spares, not having spares, I don't know how big fronts really get. I'm not sure what the optimal setup here is to account for losses. But as of right now, I have definitely 2 backups. So that's pretty nice for our army here. The skirmishers, I don't know if we really... it might be happy if we had more skirmishers as well. It might value that more than cav. So, like, if I were to recruit more, 2 more skirmishers might be good. It might just dump the extra infantry and cavalry both into the back and then just use the skirmishers for skirmishing. That might be how it works. I don't know really until I try. So if I did want to make this bigger, I would know how to do it, right? Just recruit 2 more skirmishers. Why not? Because it'll probably value them. However, that's all going into this one same army, which is getting kind of big, but could still be helpful. Yeah, fuck it, we'll try it. And then you know how to mix that with like heavy infantry. Ideally, you'd want to just like a whole nother line of heavy infantry on the front, right? And the regular infantry in the rear for sieges or something. So we'll go for this. And honestly, if it doesn't even need to be there, I could probably click like up here, for example. And then recruit. I don't know where they'll actually pop out, but this is me trying, right? We can't build a goddamn thing up here, so shrug. And then looking through the rest. This finished, but there's no building slots. And so there's really nothing we can do until we get more population here, unfortunately. So it's just producing a bunch of extra infrastructure, which it doesn't really need to do. So we'll put all those slaves on food. We produce enough passive infrastructure. Food to try to grow the population faster. I could put another citizen on culture, for example, to try to help with our culture. That could be useful. I'm going to keep trying to see if we can actually get them to relinquish these objectives, because I think we'd get along better, and the chance is actually going up. So I'm going to propose this again. We just relinquish our objectives towards each other, me and them. I have a 30%, 31% final peace chance right now. The war duration does affect some of it. That is for just a white piece though, right? That's for a white piece. If I wanted to keep something I had, you know, that starts eating away at what we could actually take, for example. For now, we'll just hold fast, and we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Our 2 units were pumped out at the provincial capital. I guess that's going to maybe be the norm. I'm not really sure. But they're still split up. We went up for culture decadence ranking. Our decadence is really high now. We're number 3 in legacy, which is crazy. Rome just took a nosedive. I don't know why this happens. Assign a leader general to your biggest army so they fight better. I guess you could have some without generals. That is true. That's what that force leader thing from like Glorious is for. That's pretty interesting. We are progressing. I think that means that we got a token, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what it means when it tells me we are progressing. What does that mean? Progress tier reached. What the fuck is a progress tier? I have no idea. Top tier, tokens 3. Oh! Wait, what? Really? That's in like culture decadence ranking. Oh yeah, look at that! We're in the top tier. And so that has tangible effects. We're more likely to get a progress token. Thankfully, we've never received an aging token, so that's nice. We have an income of 11 legacy points right now every turn. Some bonuses because we are in the glorious status, though I would really like to get out of this glorious status as soon as possible. honestly, at this rate, because it's getting hard to maintain this decadence while I'm being attacked by Arabians. But we're still needing some healing, so we're just going to chill out. We're going to stay put. Jesus, look at all this, man. There's hardly a way to make this positive, but I'm trying my best. I don't think having negative infrastructure is really an amazing idea. So I'll just be plopping things around a little bit. But for right now, this won't really be able to make anything. And now all the way down here, we just produced, I don't know, maybe we just got a population. A wheel maker, we just produced a wheel maker, that's right. Yeah, now, oh look, a slave market. Speaking of things that add decadence, but also add money. I'm gonna add a slave market here, then we'd have 4. Takes 2 turns. We still have on the slave market thing, 6 turns remaining. So we would be able to, if we have the money to, right? Buy 4 slaves, like a slave in each of these locations. That's 4 free pops. Unhappy pops, but still pops. Or we could use it to just redistribute stuff later, but I think I'm gonna definitely have a lot of these slave markets in my nation. And we went ahead and upgraded the regional roads here. We can get the training ground now. I think I'm gonna get that, yeah. A noble district, wow, look at this. You can get culture, a lot of culture, but it also increases decadence. Loyalty bonus, damn, that's a lot of weird stuff. We have flax, so yeah, 0 slot usage. Let's go ahead and get a training ground. That sounds pretty nice. Why is our infrastructure so bad? Only 69? I remember it being a heck of a lot higher. I think, I don't know. I feel like it might be taking infrastructure from here and putting it somewhere else. I don't know if that's true or not. I do like how low decadence this capital province is. That's pretty nice. And we're just going to rest and recover otherwise and wait for things to kind of kick in. They have split up their forces, which is interesting. I wonder if they'll unify. For now, they're just sitting, they're just chilling. And so long as they do, 5% off the war duration debuff is going to vanish into thin air, pretty much. And increase our final peace chance, which is pretty awesome. I'll take these guys here and send them up that way. They can't come attack me in any other direction right now. I don't know where their navy went. Honestly, it might just be dead now. I don't know if they even have one anymore. There is low manpower again. Recruiting anymore at this point is probably worthless unless we want to, you know, make something new. The only thing I could really see us needing is maybe like 1 more regular infantry in preparation for a full line of regular infantry in order to draw a distinction with heavy infantry, for example. But at the same time, there's also cheaper, easier ways to do that. I think I will just add this 1 for right now because potentially I could swap the elite infantry out of this one and use it as a base for a new army that has elite infantry in mind. Maybe just, you know, like 6 normal infantry, 2 elite infantry type of thing. Maybe something like that could happen. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to plan ahead kinda for that. We did get a new pop in Saba. We could move that over to infrastructure, I guess. Can I? Okay, so we can go off the like limit here. We can go off the screen with assigning to one specific thing. Good to know. I don't even know if I need this guy on culture anymore. I guess I do need as much culture as is like humanly possible right now. But money's kind of back and forth on how it goes. Maybe I leave 1 guy on money, 1 guy on culture. Leave infrastructure the way it is. The food is still fine the way it is. Getting this training ground will be pretty useful. I hope. We still just want to recover, get the other reinforcements on the way. Looks good to me. And we don't really know what the Arabians will do, but I'm just going to end turn for right now. Let the war kind of tick in our favor. They're moving most of their guys over to one side. That's, I guess, good for us. I guess that's pretty good for us, yeah. We've gone up 2 more ranks, which is good. That's really, really good. So long as we're in this upper culture decadence ranking, we get some nice buffs. Did we get a new token? I think we just got a new token. Most of the time, yeah, we already read this. We're still number 3. I still don't know why Rome went down. Only the Antigonids and Seleucids are above us. I'm pretty sure they just did a decision that cost them that stuff. I know we do have one that wanted us to use legacy. Yeah, like this. Veterans are recalled, citizens are armed, allies are mustered, things like that. There's probably other decisions I can assume. There's also probably bad things that can happen. We have 4 tokens. If we get 1 more token, then we will progress from a glorious monarchy to a young empire, which is, I actually really want that. There will be a 10% decadence increase actually from that, which is sad. Lower than 35% though. And we'll lose some status, or we'll lose some age reduction. We won't have any age decadence penalties, which will be great. And then if we aged out of this, we would just become a stable monarchy, which is fine, although it would make a civil war. Any region with less than 75 loyalty may revolt against your government. Yeah, that would make a civil war. That wouldn't be amazing. But then we'd also proceed into a stable empire, which is great. Until we get to glorious empire, which is kind of terrifying, which just further proceeds into glorious empire, which further increases decadence gain. Oh god, but decadence from conquest is reduced, and this stacks up to this. Okay, that's great. Yep. Ethiopia rejected our terms again. What a surprise. They're starting, they're still liking me less and less, which is a shame. I don't really know why they're doing that. But I'm just going to keep trying this. I'm going to keep trying to get a deal with them here on these objectives, because I don't want these damn objectives. I don't want these objectives. They don't like Arabia, which is nice. Nubia doesn't like me, which is not nice, I guess. This is funny. We still have this abandoned palace here that will hopefully go away if we do properly conquer this. But now they put up a new king's palace over here on our next objective, which is kind of funny. It would be neat to kind of get all of the Arabia Deserta things from the war, maybe not caring as much about the other things. I would like these other guys to be involved in the battle, and loyalty here is, oh well, it's getting better now. Yeah, because they lost those debuffs, and these decisions that they made on the locations are going to start going away finally. Finally, what the hell do I put here? Culture would be nice. Literally just about anything. They have no natural food production. That is absolutely insane. They don't have a Publix work. None of it, man. They have none of it. So I could go for a lot of different things here. I think that public works would be pretty great. Pretty great. I'm going to go for that public works. Yep. Yes, sir. I don't really care who's working what at this point. Just go work something. Just so we have positive food, it doesn't really need to grow at the moment. Try to get a public works going a little bit faster, I suppose. We could have one extra guy here. That's fine. They're not going to be too happy, not too productive. This is a very decadence-generating location. We don't have any walls or anything. It's not really an option that I can even pick right now. If I go back a touch to my original border here, where we do thankfully have a palisade, I can get a public works. I don't even have a public works yet. I could go for that salt mine. The public works is hard to say no to every time I see it. Oh, hey, and a slave market. Well, that's even harder to say no to. That adds decadence as well, but I just keep, I can't say no. I can't say no. We don't have much of what we need for the tools, unfortunately. I can put a training ground here. It's not terrible, although we also don't need it if we already have one in the region. So, might just be better to go with like a wheel maker to get a fuck ton of infrastructure. We don't have anything for that there right now. So that could be useful. This is still waiting on new population before anything else. Now this next area here that we could attack is a little scary. They have some light cavalry, some Saracen Cameliers. That's interesting, must be something special for them. Regular infantry, light, and then I don't know if there's more inside here. It says there would be a garrison as well. So there's multiple different armies outside, and then in the city there's probably more that I just can't see, which would probably include palace guards, considering the king's palace is here. So yeah. We don't want that. We don't want to fuck with that. No, sir. No, siree. So for now, we'll just let these guys catch up. I don't think we want to really be too aggressive here just yet. And then everything else for now is taken care of. So let's go ahead and hit end turn. Moving into turn 23, our units have moved up. They got 18 units here. Crazy. Oh man. Did Ethiopia just take some stuff over? Is that some neutral stuff? I don't know. We're maintaining our position right now in both rankings. I do love how high we are. I didn't expect us to be doing this well, especially with such the rocky start that we originally had. Armies can easily go up to this crazy value, as we could see. There's no stockpile of food here. That's probably because the army's eating it all, if I had to guess. In which case, we might want more guys making food. Like minimal guys on non-food duty, and then just say fuck it to the construction. Because if we need 9 food, and this has a forage value of 2, yeah, then we still kind of need more. So let's go ahead and do that so we don't start running out of food. I don't really know how to see the amount of food. We have 107 money, upkeep, 8 metal, 67 manpower. Crazy, dude. We do have this extra regular infantry. I'll send it up there. Is that really the fastest way you know to take? Oh, it just defaults to that. I'm not sure I agree with that, though. I'm going to tell him to take the land route. I don't know. He just keeps resetting like a butt. So I'm just going to tell him, there you go, to just go to that location in general. Also, it looks like, yeah, at some point, Ethiopia took this and Nubia's occupied it. So the war's still back and forth over there. But we are out of time for this episode, so we're going to have to call it here. For now, though, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.